Psalms, chapter 104 and verse 3. Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters? Who maketh the clouds his chariot? Who walketh upon the wings of the wind? Who maketh his angels spirits, his ministers a flame of fire? Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Harakah Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule and teach well. Peace and blessing and salutations to the elect men who continue to push this true gospel throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom, Maki. Shalom. Redemption draweth nigh. Redemption draweth nigh. All right? Because salvation is coming very, very soon for the hopeful elect of the nation of Yasha'Allah. All right? Yahweh Shah's return is imminent. Brothers are seeing chariots all day, every day. You can walk right outside right now. You're going to see a chariot if you stay out there long enough. Okay? And you don't have to see the chariot. They watching you. Like it says in the book of Sirach, man. His eyes are 10 times brighter than the sun. Okay? The chariots can reappear and disappear. All right? This Ezekiel. You get Ezekiel, the first chapter. Ezekiel chapter 1. Ezekiel 1 and verse 4. And the prophet Ezekiel, and I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north. A great cloud. Cloud represents the chariot, man. All right, what the world knows as UFOs. Okay? But they are IFOs to us, identified objects, because only the elect know what they are. Esau, even the so-called white man, the elites, okay, the Rothschild family, the Rockefeller family, the Bilderbergs, they know about them. NASA knows about them. Okay? There's multiple videos on the chariots throughout YouTube. Okay? The Pentagon releasing all this information. It says a fire enfolding itself, I mean that fire coming from around it and from the back of it, okay? And a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof as the color of amber, and that light represents that pure energy of the chariot, man. A chariot is nothing but a ball of light, okay? That amber color, that orange color, that represents the fire and everything enfolding itself about it, man. Making up the chariot, okay? And out of the midst of it, of the fire, okay? So this is all it is, man. The Most High, Yahweh Bashim Shah, is coming with fire, okay? The chariot is a spirit that's in its own mind, in its own right, in its own other dimension, man. The holy angels are. They are fire. Hebrews 1 and 7 goes into that, man. This is Ezekiel, backing up what I'm saying. This is Ezekiel 1. All right? Ezekiel 1 and verse 17. When they went up on their four sides, and they turned not when they went. Because they have a mind of their own. The chariot does whatever goes into the holy angel's mind. Okay? It's automatic. Verse 18. As for their rings, they were so high that they were dreadful. And their rings were full of eyes round about them four, man. Verse 19. And when the living creatures went, the wheels went behind them. Meaning wherever the creature went, the holy angels went. The chariot went also with it. They won in his own. Okay? It's not like we driving this car and you gotta push button, start the car, whatever like that, to get it to crank up like that. The chariot is not like that. Once you get in the chariot, okay, according to the scriptures, and your mind and the spirit thinks, oh, it's gonna go over here, it's gonna automatically go over there. You're finna read it. Ezekiel 1 and 18. As for their rings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and their rings were full of eyes round about them four. Talking about the living creatures. Verse 19. And when the living creature went, the wheels went by them, and when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up. Verse 20. Whithersoever the spirit was to go, here it is, they went. Thither was their spirit to go, and the wheels were lifted up over against them, for the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. The spirit of the living creature of the holy angels was in the wheels. They go wherever they want to go. You don't need a GPS inside of these inside of the chariot, man, to direct your paths. The spirit of the holy angels through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Shah is in the wheels, man. They go wherever they want to go. Okay? Automatic. Okay? The book of Zechariah. Book of Zechariah. Chapter 5. Zechariah chapter 5 and verse 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. That roll represents what? The chariot, the so-called UFO. Edris seen it in the Apocrypha. He labeled it as a great mountain, man. Okay, and I'm going to get that precept too. All right? Verse 2. And he said unto me, what seest thou? What are you looking at? And I answered, I see a flying roll. I see a chariot. Because once these chariots take off, man, it's a ball of light that just has a speed that just only a celestial body can have, man. Okay? From the heavens, man. You have to have an immortal body in order to have this type of power like this, man. You have to have an angelic being in these chariots, man. All right? And I answered, and they are very dark-skinned men, okay, in these chariots, okay? It tells you that in Ezekiel the 1st chapter, how they look, okay? And it says, verse 2, Zechariah 5 and 2, and I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. That's the diameter, the circumference of the chariot, from up and down, north to south, from east to west. Verse 3. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. Because these chariots are coming to deliver utter destruction on top of the thermonuclear missiles, man. Esau's kingdom is going to be taken out. The so-called white man is going to be knocked out of power through the thermonuclear ICBM missiles and from Yahweh Shai's chariot. This is the curse that goes forth over the whole earth, man. All right? And it says, for everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it. Who stealeth on this side? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. What does he do? All he does is rob, steal, and kill. The land that we're on right now was built off the Native Americans, or the so-called Negroes and the so-called land-speaking people. And he stole it. He stole us from slavery and brought us over here to America, to the New World, Babylon. All right? And everyone that swears shall be cut off as on this side according to it. Verse 4, I will bring it forth, said the Lord of hosts. The word host means armies. All right? And it shall enter into the house of the thief. Who is the thief? Esau, Edom. And they know these chariots are coming. That's why they ran to their bunkers right now. The underground bunkers. Okay? The underworld, what they call it, man. They see these chariots more than we see them. All right? Because he knows what he has but a short time. So Esau has a short time to implement his whole new world order, because the chariots are coming on a scale that's never been seen before throughout human history right now. Why? Because we're at the end. It's a time and place for everything, and we're at the end of this time, the end of this age. Okay? And it says, and into the house of him, Zechariah 5 and 4, that swear falsely by my name. And it, Esau Edom, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stone thereof. Because these chariots are coming to deliver utter destruction, to make the land desolate, man. All right? All the stones gonna move, all the mountains gonna move, man, at the sound of that last trumpet. The book of Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse Zephaniah 1, all right? And verse 14. The great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasteth greatly. We're patiently waiting on it. That's why we see these prophecies happen. We're looking up because our redemption is drawn down. Going outside right now. Looking up in the skies. It's coming. But we got to be patient, man. Patiently waiting on it. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. all look great. Don't want to be the big dogs in the city and everything like that. Okay? You want to be a gangster. You want to be a killer. You want to be a hot boy. You're going to have your chance to do your thing in this day. And you're going to be wasted away, man. You're going to cry like a bitch in that day. From the suffering, from the anguish and the pain. Pain, the scripture tells you that pain is going to take hold of people in this day, man. It's coming, man. It's building up. The mark of the beast finna come, which is the RFID chip. Got the vaccines coming with it. Got Jacob's trouble. We're on the brink of Jacob's trouble. Martial law, concentration camps. The stage is set. Zephaniah 1 and 15. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation. Because the chariots are coming, the so-called UFOs are coming with concentrated laser beam heat, man. They showed you that on the movie Independence Day. When that chariot entered to the atmosphere, what did it do? It destroyed everything in its path. From that concentrated heat, the mouth of that chariot opened up, the bottom of it, and it released concentrated heat where everything in its path was desolate, was melted. And shalom to the brothers up there in Chicago and the elders up there in New York, man. They seeing these chariots. We see them down here in the South all the time. They everywhere. All in South America and Brazil. On the West Coast. They all over. In Mexico, Central and South America, man. It's that time. We at that time. And it says a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness from these ICBM missiles, which is going to cause that radiation to enter into the atmosphere, where the sun will be darkened out, and then your Howard Shai is going to enter into the atmosphere, man. Because when World War III is popping off, all nations are going to stop and turn and fight him. Let me get that. The book of Revelation, chapter 12, and verse 7. And there was war in heaven. That's talking about in the heaven, in the sky, man. All right, in the space. Esau Edom getting his Space Force system ready. What is Trump? Trump got that pride where he bragging on it. Okay, got the colorful ass flag and everything like that. Okay, what did they have last year? You had the Persians, the Iranians shooting at the chariots, man. The chariots going in from out of one dimension into the other dimension. Okay, making these people look stupid, man. And it says, and his angels fought against the dragon, Esau Edom. Okay, the whole beast system, all right? NATO in the EU, all nations in the EU that's been fighting in World War III, they're going to come and fight against Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and the whole host of heaven, all right? And the dragon fought and his angels, verse 8, and prevailed not. They prevailed not. He didn't succeed, okay? Mission was failed, all right? And it says, neither was their place found anymore in heaven. Because what does Esau do right now? He tried to go all on Mars and everything like this. Try to see if there's life on Mars. Okay? Instead of taking off with his NASA rockets, going up to the heavens, man. His sins have reached unto heaven. So once this final war takes place, okay, this final battle, all right, you're going to be removed out of heaven. You're not going to be able to enter into the space system anymore, man. 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. You know I had to know I was going here. 2nd Ezra 13. All right. And verse 5. 2nd Ezra 13 and 5. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven. You said that, man. All nations from one end of the earth to the other. Gonna come against Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right? And it says, from the four winds of the heaven to subdue. Subdue means to overthrow. Try to defeat him. Take him down. To subdue the man that came out of the sea. Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Verse 6. But I beheld, and lo, he had graven himself a great mountain and flew up on it. That's what the prophet Ezra saw. The ship was so fucking big, it looked like a mountain. Back in ancient times, this is what he saw. But we see it better right now because we're the prophets back today. 2nd Ezra 13 and verse 6. But I beheld, and lo, he had graven himself a great mountain and flew up on it. Flew up on it mean what? He's going to be standing on top of the chariot in the very front of it. Literally. All right, it's an angelic being we talking about, man. This is a structure coming from a whole other dimension. All right? 2 Ezra 13:7. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven. Talking about the hill, referring to the chariot when they say hill. And I couldn't see the end of it. Like, God damn, is it ever gonna stop? He couldn't see the end of it. Verse 8. 2 Ezra 13:8. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid. These nations are going to be afraid. They're going to be afraid. They're going to be afraid when they see the strangers of our salvation, when the hopefully leg is getting beaten up on those chariots. Pertaining to wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, man. Salvation is coming quickly, man. We just got to hold on and keep pushing this truth, man. Got to keep pushing. Where am I at? All right? And it says, and was so afraid, and yet durst fight, because the Most High had to put his spirit up on them to fight. When you see a chariot reappear and then disappear before your very eyes, you're gonna shit in that water takes and everything. You're gonna want to turn your aircraft around and get the fuck on up out of there. Like they were showing it on Independence Day. When he was trying to the Edomite was trying to dodge the angelic being and everything like that, which they had aliens on there, but you know, that's the bullshit Esau put out there. We take the meat from the bones. We know what he's really doing. Okay. The concentrated heat from that from the chariot lit him up, and it melted the Edomite. When you watch the movie Independence Day, the first one. All right. Verse 9. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand nor held sword nor any instrument of war. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua not gonna have anything in his hand, man. Nothing. He standing on top of the chariot just like this here. Because this is a so-called Negro, man. This is a Jake of all Jakes. The Negro of all Negroes. The first creature of all beings, man. All right? Matter of fact, let me get that. This 2 Ezra 13 and 25, it says, this is the meaning of the vision what the prophet Ezra saw, where thou sawest a man coming up from the midst of the sea, which I read earlier, out of the midst of the sea. Verse 26, the same is he whom Yahweh the highest, the Most High, who y'all call God and Jehovah and all this, Yahweh, his name is Yahweh, meaning he exists, okay, have kept a great season. He told Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, sit right here until I make your enemies your footstool. I'm going to take care of you. You're going to get your reward, son. You're going to be the first one. He get his reward first. I'm keeping you right here. Okay? For a short season. Kept a great season, which by his own self shall deliver his creature. Yahweh's going to deliver his creature out here, man. And the whole world's going to see all this here, man. Oh, let me get that. That's the spirit. The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, which are the chariot. That's another word. Like you see the word mountain, you see the word hills, you see the word flying roll. Right here, the prophet John is speaking. He's saying, behold, he cometh with clouds, the chariots, once again, and every eye shall see him. And they also which pierced him. The same spirit, the Romans and everything like that, the wicked Israelites back then, which are on the same earth today, right now, they gonna see him again. It's telling you right here. And they also which pierced him, and all kings of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, Alman. He coming with clouds. He coming with the chariots. It's gonna be millions of them. Let me get that precept. The book of Psalms. Get a couple more. I'm finna close it out. The book of Psalms. I think that's in Psalms. Psalm 86. Psalms are Salaki. I thought I had that precept. I thought it was in Psalms. Yeah, I can't get it. I thought it was in Psalms 86. But I got another one. I got another one anyway. I thought that was in Psalms 86. Jeremiah 4th chapter. Jeremiah 4 and 13. Backing up Revelation 1 and 7. Behold, he shall come up as clouds, and his chariot shall be as a whirlwind. Talking about Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right? And it says, his horses represent power, his horses are swifter than eagles. Woe unto us, for we are spoiled. And they're coming, so like they're coming for the wicked, man. To lay the land desolate, man. You tell you that the book of Isaiah, the 13th chapter. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger. He's pissed off, man. The spirit of Yahweh is going to be through Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai told you in Isaiah 63, he doesn't need nobody, man. I'm trying to wine press alone. He can do this by himself, and one angel can destroy the whole earth by itself. That's how powerful these angelic beings are, man. All right? One more precept, I'm finna close it out. All right? This is all. That's in all Acts, book of Acts. The Acts 1 and 9. The book of Acts. Spirit, man. Book of Acts, chapter 1 and verse 9. All right? Yeah, Acts 1 and 9. All right? Start at verse 8. All right? Yahweh Shai speaking. But ye shall receive power. After that, the Holy Ghost is come upon you. And ye shall be witness unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and Samaria and unto the uttermost part of the earth. What's the uttermost part of the earth? Right here, over here in Babylon, aka America, man. All right? This is the uttermost part of the earth. The land of unwalled villages, man. Because after this, it's nothing else. All right? The Western Hemisphere. All right? Verse 9, and when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. And that's going to be the strainers of our salvation, man. A cloud is going to lift us up out of everyone's sight. Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. Wisdom of Solomon, 5th chapter. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him. We out there doing it right now. And it's going to increase as we get close to the end. And made no account of his labors. Verse 2, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. They're going to be scared, man. These Edomites going to be scared with those red faces. Okay? Those red faces going to be trembling with fear. And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. So far beyond all they had looked for, man. So when Yahweh Shai was brought back up on, he's going to return to the east. As he loved, he's going to return that same spot on the Mount of Olives. Okay? We're going to be lifted out up over here, Lord willing. That great deliverance and great destruction is coming over here. And that great deliverance is going to be from us getting delivered up out of here too. And great destruction is going to be deliverance of these ICBM missiles and these chariots that's burning with fire. Bringing concentrated heat, man. It's going to melt 2/3 of the nation of Israel, Esau, Edom, and all the heathen nations. All right? So with that, I'm going to close the video out. Hope it's been edifying. Giving all diligence, facing the east, according to Daniel 6:10 and Ezekiel 8:16. 2, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakah, double honor to the elders and apostles, great millstone, rule and teach well. Peace and blessing and salutation to the elect men who continue to push this truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom, Aki. Shalom. Salvation is imminent, man. Salvation is imminent. Hold on, Aki. We're almost out of here, man. Abaratazah. Lord willing.